There are no strings on me.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Carnage, your Primitive AK here, back with another video for you guys today. Today we are here with a brand new setting that was just recently added to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys showing the love and support as usual. I'm here with my test dummy Moortown once again. We're back on Garrison Free-for-All Private Match, and we're going to be testing a new setting that was just recently added to Black Ops Cold War, and that is known as the aim response curve. So for those that have actively been playing Call of Duty, especially during Modern Warfare days, you guys may be familiar with this setting that was actually covered by multiple YouTubers, including Exclusive Ace, and I mentioned how you guys should be messing around with your aim response curve. This is nothing new to you guys, so most of you guys probably already know what this is, but for anyone that's new to Call of Duty or Black Ops Cold War is your first COD, this is going to be a new setting that you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to, and it's going to be in your controller settings. You're going to want to scroll all the way down, and there's going to be a setting known as aim response curve type. Now, I'm going to try to go through each and every single one of these and explain it as best as possible, because unfortunately it's very hard to visually notice what this is actually doing for you. But if you do change it, you'll start to feel the difference as you play the game a lot more. So let's go through each and one of these settings. So the standard aim response curve type, this is your standard Call of Duty. What this means is that when you gradually move your thumbstick left and right, whether it be left, right, up, and down, it's going to gradually increase your aim response and how fast the game is going to respond to how fast you're moving that stick. Just gradually increasing it more and more as you move the stick. It's basically overcompensating for your own aim. So let's say you have a bad day, you have really bad aim or whatever. It's going to overcompensate your aim, so that way your aim response is a little bit faster than what you're actually inputting in the actual game. So for those that are having a bad day on COD and don't necessarily have the greatest aim of all time, standard is going to be the way to go. Now, let's talk about linear. Linear is probably something that I don't really recommend that you use at all. Linear, what this means is that your aim stick is going to map directly to your actual aim rate. So the aim stick curve is the same as the actual aim rate. So let's say I'm doing a full 360 no scope, YY, trick shot, ladder stall, whatever the heck it is you want to call it. If I move my right stick all the way to the right like that, it's going to sharply respond to that entire movement that I just did. Now, if you were doing something like standard, for example, it's actually going to slow it down a little bit because it thinks that you're trying to overcompensate your aim. So it's actually going to downgrade your aim just a tad bit. So linear is meant for very accurate players. If you're a very, very accurate player, you don't miss your shots at all. This is actually going to be the way to go. I personally don't like linear because sometimes even I miss shots a lot. You know, I'm not perfect. I miss my shots often. So I don't really recommend that you rock that one in that case. So let's talk about dynamic. Dynamic is where things start to get a tad bit crazy a little bit. And this is where, you know, I recommend most people kind of try to give a shot. Give it a shot and see if it works best for you. So when you put it at dynamic, this is basically an S-curve type of response rate. So let's say I snap my target all the way to the right. I'm moving this thing all the way as far as I can possibly go on the right. What it's going to do is it's actually going to slow it down a tad bit. Now let's say I'm moving it ever so slightly, just a little bit, you know, so that let's say I'm sniping at long range and I'm trying to hit that target all the way across the map. That's actually going to slow it down just a tad. It's going to speed it up just a little bit if I'm not putting enough input into the actual stick. So for example, I got my buddy Moortown here. He's going to be my test dummy. Let's say I'm up here, you know, I see him down there and I know for a fact he's there and I want to jump shot him. Let's say I'm snapping as far as I can right there. What it's going to do is it's actually going to slow down my aim response just a little bit, so that way I can maintain accuracy with this target. Now, if I had this on standard, you know, granted I'd still be able to hit him, but it would actually be slowing down my aim more, so I'd probably end up aiming somewhere around down there before I actually correct my aim and aim somewhere center mass or over by the head. So I know this is a little bit confusing, and that's why I said if you have any questions, let me know in the comments box down below if I'm confusing you guys a little bit. Overall, what I recommend, if you do not have the best aim of all time, what I recommend, put your aim response on standard. Just leave it on standard. This is not going to change anything. It's going to leave it the way the game has always been. And traditional Call of Duties are always at standard as well. If you have godlike aim where you do not miss your shots at all, you know for a fact you're not going to miss, all right? This is where you want to put this on linear, because it's not going to do anything for you. It's going to respond based on your own individual input. Now, if you are, let's say, you're you're a decent player, but you know for a fact there are times where your shot's a little bit dicey or it's a little bit shaky, this is where you want to put it to dynamic. Dynamic, in my opinion, is by far the best one. I've used this in both Modern Warfare as well, and it's pretty much the best type of response curve. And I discussed this in Modern Warfare, so I'm glad they added it to this game. It was added in a recent update, so hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully you guys learned something new. If you have a question, or if you got confused, you need some help answering questions, let me know in the comments box down below, and I'll answer them as best as I possibly can. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. It is your boy Carnage, or Primitive AK, signing out. Peace out, fellas.